Hello, I'm Aghits Naturrohmah, majoring International Relations from French 1 batch 2019 President University. So this video is presenting about the result of book review that I made for mid-examination. This is the book. The title is Pulang, written by Leila S. Chudori. So the reason why I choose this book because I think that this book is very related to the international relation issue, specifically happened in Indonesia. The name of the issue is G30 SPKI, or we can know it as Gerakan 30 September, a movement from an Indonesian Communist parties. So to make it short, or I won't make it confusing, I won't read a list about what the authors describe, the several conflicts that present in this book. The first one is G30 SPKI incident, and then the differences between Protestant in Paris and Indonesia, the Suharto policies to increase the fuel oil, the shooting incident in Trisakti, and this is followed by riots that happened until the fallen of President Suharto. As we all know that G30 SPKI is very creepy, right? From the history that we learned from senior high school, junior high school, and else, that this is one of the dark history of Indonesia. There are a lot of blood, there are a lot of victims, there are a lot of murder and something like that. From the people who really don't know anything about PKI. But this book presents something different because it tells us about a person who are on the neutral side, but he is considered as a PKI member until he cannot come back to Indonesia. So the explanation of the case is from Dimas Suryo point of view, or Dimas Suryo side. Dimas Suryo is an Indonesian person who are considered as a PKI member, but actually he is on a neutral side. Why? The reason is because he is a close friend of Hananto Prawiro. Hananto Prawiro is a journalist who works at Nusantara News Agency at Jakarta. So this place is considered as a place which is collaborated with PKI. So that's why, even though he is on a neutral side, but he is not that free. This incident was started when the Indonesian situation became not conducive until Dimas Suryo and his three friends ended up trapped in Paris. Here, they can understand the differences between Indonesian and Parisian. Well, the reason why they cannot come back to Indonesia because the Indonesian government never permitted them to come back to Indonesia because they are considered as a dangerous person. So that's why they are trapped in there. They hold a trait de voyage or travel documents, and they also get a social assurance from government or something like that. Well, actually, when Dimas Suryo arrived there is a conflict that occurred in Paris. The author tell about her argument through Dimas Suryo that there is a clear differences between Parisian Protestant and Indonesian Protestant when they are arguing something. Like, for example, Indonesia is unable to distinguish who are friends and who are the opponents when there is a rebellion. The clear evidence of this argument is Dimas Suryo is a proof of the Indonesian lack of clarity. Indonesian political exile in other country also cannot communicate it with their families in Indonesia because when they are caught, army will hunt them down. Dimas also get a letter from his brother that tells about Indonesian situation, which is getting more and more violent. His mother was arrested and being interrogated, and there is a blood, there is a dry blood, there is a string rail tail with the blood, and there is a man which the face covered with the blood, and also some of them was disappeared. When G30 SPKI is still right there, hasn't been completely at all, the new conflicts was rising. This is when the President Suharto was elected for the 7th time. There are a lot of demonstration of students and in media also to express their views about President Suharto, who filled his cabinet with his daughter and with cronies, and the political situation is also heating up because it was led by the same president for a long time as the new order government. This government will hit its citizens who have a different thoughts. In April 1988, the value of rupiah fell down and the economic crisis hit Indonesia. And in May 1988, there are a lot of demonstration of students and all who are due to the protest of President Soeharto's decisions to raise the fuel prices, even though the situation is not really conducive right here. In the same month, also there is an incident like shooting incident in Trisakti, and all the parties do the final tribute to the students. And also there is a lot of parties that come to Trisakti at that time, like Megawati Soekarno Putri, Emil Salim, Ali Sadikin, and Atman Buyung Nasution. On 21st May 1988, President Soeharto read out his resignation speech. So everybody is very happy in here. Also, the Indonesian political exile, because it means like they can come back to Indonesia. And now I'm gonna tell about my point of view of this book. I think that this book is very, very interesting for me because when we open this, we can find a lot of testimonial of the readers that already read the book. There are a lot. They say that this book is very interesting and they can get into it and something like that. They can feel the sadness, and yeah, I also feel the same. And this testimonial make me curious to read the book as soon as possible. And actually, I also get a new knowledge in here. When I study the history about G30 PKI in senior high school, in junior high school, I think like I really had PKI because what they did is really, really bad. But from here, I can also understand about what their families feel. I mean, like, we can understand from here that the PKI families member get caught, get interrogated, and something like that. I think that this is unfair. This is because, okay, maybe the PKI member will do the bad thing, but not for his or for their families, right? Because of their families, like their daughters, their son, their wife, their mother, they have their own choice to live, to do the life. And also, it's really bad when the people who are actually not a PKI member but considered as a PKI member until they cannot come back to Indonesia. That's really sad. I mean, they miss their hometown, they miss their families, they miss their mother, but they didn't get permission from Indonesian government to come back to their hometown, to Indonesia. But something that I don't really like from this book is because this book to corner Indonesia eradicating the PKI movement. I think this is a good thing because if Indonesia didn't do something like this, PKI will always happen, right? Something interesting is also when we open the last page, we can get a detailed information about the conflicts that included in this book. So I'm like, we can also understand about the detailed information, the actual information about the issues that happened. This book is very related to international relation issue, but there is no lot of theories, so we can read it, we can understand it, we can know about what happened without feeling confused. So yeah, there is no complicated story in here. So yeah, this is all about the result of my book review and also my point of view of the issues that related in international relation issue that happened in Indonesia about G30 PKI. I hope that everything is clear enough right here. Thank you.